Hi there, my name is Raphael, and this is IELTS Crucial, the channel where you will learn everything you need for success in the IELTS test. So one thing that a lot of people talk about, and I see a lot online, is the difference between normal English versus IELTS English. And actually, when I see the memes, I think, wow, this is very exaggerated. It's not really like this. Why are these memes like this? Why are they, I don't know, when I see them, I feel like they're supposed to make people scared? Because I look at them and I feel like this is scary. I mean, who talks like this or who writes like this? This is not normal. So in this video, the idea is that we're going to, I'm actually going to tell you the truth about this difference between normal and IELTS English, because you cannot believe everything you see. This whole difference is actually much simpler than you think. You can improve the language, of course, that you use. So this is what we're going to talk about today. We're going to see details and everything. I'm going to give you some sentences, some examples. So everything you need to improve the language in your writing specifically. And, you can use that for the speaking as well. But the thing is, it's not what you see. So stick to the end of the video because you will get very valuable lessons about normal versus IELTS English. So the first thing we're going to talk about is exactly this. It's about improving the language that we use and using better, more advanced vocabulary. Because whenever we're speaking daily in our routine, you don't necessarily think about, hey, I need to talk like this, I need to do this, I need to do that. You just focus on communication, and it is very key. I mean, you're traveling somewhere and you don't know the language very well. All you need to do is be able to communicate so that you eat and then you buy stuff. That's pretty much it, right? Which is very different from what happens in the IELTS test. In the IELTS test, actually, you're going to be focusing on language quality. And because you're going to focus on that, of course, we need to use better language. So the first example that I want to give in this video is the word very. It's a very simple word. It's a very common word. Everybody uses it all the time. You can say that something is very nice, it's very bad, it's very good, it's very, very whatever, right? It's a very common word. But we want to make it better in the IELTS test, especially when it comes to the writing part. So here's a few words that people use, and here are also a few solutions for that, like a few fixes for all of these things. Instead of saying, for example, that something is very good, you can say that it's amazing. You can say that it's extremely good. You can say that it's great or awesome. So these are all words that you can use in order to improve the language that you use for the test. Another example is with very bad. Instead of saying that something is very bad, you can say that it's terrible, that it's horrible, that it's awful, so on and so forth. You can use your imagination for this. You can actually search in a dictionary for synonyms or things like that. So that's an example. Another one is with very big. You can replace the words very big with like enormous, gigantic, ginormous, huge, right? These are all very viable options too. And the last one for this is very small. Instead of saying that something is very small, you can say that it's tiny, for example, or that it's a little thing. You can use anything like this, but the word tiny seems to be very good in my opinion. So that was the first one with very. Another example is with the word but, right? We also use the word but all the time. It's a very common word. But the idea here is that we should, get away a little bit from the word but and try to use something better. So I have three options here for you. You can use however, you can use although, and you can use even though. If we use, for example, however, let's think of a sentence. We can say, I like pizza, but I don't like pepperoni pizza. So we had that. So you can say, I like pizza, period. However, I don't like pepperoni pizza. That's an option. That makes it so much better. You can use although, which is usually in the beginning of the sentence, and you can say, although I like pizza, I don't like pepperoni pizza. That's a great way of saying the same thing. You're contrasting information there, and we're keeping that contrast. We can also use even though. So you can say, even though I like pizza, I don't like pepperoni pizza. So these are 3 ways or 3 words, 3 conjunctions that you can use in order to replace, using the word but, which is a very simple word. Another very important tip when it comes to conjunctions, for example, is not to overuse them, not to exaggerate whenever you're using them. Because if I always think about, I can't use any buts, it's not that. It's not that you can't use but anymore and that you should eliminate that from your life. It's not that. It's that you should have variety when it comes to the vocabulary and the grammar that you use. Of course, you're not going to go crazy like, I wrote 6 the word but, in my text, and then I'm going to replace all of them. No, you can replace like 3, and that's okay. You can replace 4. You don't need to replace all of them. But this is what you should always have in mind. Like, there is this word, but how can I make it better? What word can I use to replace this word so that I have more quality when it comes to language, in this sense? So if you think about this, and then if you practice enough adding those words, then you can improve everything, and it's going to be so much easier. So I hope you got a lot of value from this video. This is what I've been trying to do with these videos, is to teach you something that is very cool that you can use right away when you're practicing for your IELTS test. And also here down in the description, you will find everything we offer in terms of courses, in terms of corrections, everything you need to get that score and be successful in the IELTS test. So make sure you check all of the links, and I hope I have helped you. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.